Elite, and the best news is that this is not the worst of the covers for this series. This is Magical Mystery Sandman number 4, the final part of the opening story about a fucked up mob family. And this is meant to be the mobster's bitter wife. I still didn't like this cover. It looks like another shit album cover from the 80s, like Echo and the Bunnymen or The Cure. But this one, you can at least say what it is meant to be. Some people might deride my ability to coherently and competently review and recap a series like Magical Mystery Sandman, which is so plot heavy and reliant on story and character. And those people are more than right. Our story here is that there is a murderer called the Tarantula, and he is really the son of a mobster. And his victims are all the women that his dad cheats on his mum with. His latest captive is his own sister who was shagging her dad. And I've not even mentioned the main character yet. The mobster family, they are meeting with the police since their daughter has just gone missing. The dad doesn't know that the wife and the son are involved. And Sandman, he is listening in on all of this. He is spying on things. He is doing his own investigation since Sandman's love interest, Diane, her friend, was one of the Tarantula's first abductees. She is still chained up in his dungeon. Here we have a car chase between Sandman and the police, who is a car. And like the other issues, you actually read it like this instead of like that. I would also say car chasers, they are one of them action pieces that do not translate to comics very well at all. They are both rushing to the next lead, and Sandman, he hides out some spikes to pop the tyres of a police. So he gets there first, and here is an ugly naked guy, like the one in Friends. Ugly naked guy, he has the last clue necessary for Sandman to locate his quarry. We find out all of the Tarantula's fucked up history on these 2 pages. Didn't get your hopes up. You cannot see ugly naked guy's dick down here. No matter how hard you look, it's just not there. They didn't draw one. Another thing, it's not really played for comedy, but Sandman beating the police to every potential witness or bit of information, it is almost farce comedy. And my feelings on farce comedy are well documented. Thankfully, it's not being played like that, and it just feels a bit comical. Sandman, he gets to see Diane's father, the district attorney, and tells him all that he has learned, and how the mobster's son has a record, and all the clues point at him being the culprit. Down here, Diane, she sees Sandman leaving, and she starts cluing some stuff together herself. Then we have got the Tarantula, and he is toying with shooting his dad from behind, but his dad doesn't even look at him, so he doesn't know that he has a gun, and he is just the stereotypical disapproving dad, so the Tarantula ends up not bothering. Diane, she confronts Wesley, but all of my Sandman reviews have been hit with downvotes. I didn't mind if someone disagrees with what I say or they think I am a prat, But it's these sad, pathetic fanboys who take everything so seriously. And the idea someone is joking around about a comic, they fucking hate it. It doesn't matter that ultimately I think this book is splendid. They just didn't like that I would dare to joke about how Leslie Dodds has done a pretty poor job of maintaining a secret identity, or that I call Nigel Sandman's books Sleepwalker. So if you're watching, can you be open to a bit of fucking fun? If you're going to passive-aggressively downvote and then get all your little friends from some forum to downvote a video because you didn't like us calling him Nigel Sandman, can you go and bother diversity in a comic book instead? So Sandman, he tracks the tarantula down, he finds his hideout where he has all the captured girls, and he gets into a fight with the mother. This is her down here. She must have put down the book fast long enough to find an axe. Careful with that axe, Eugene. That is a song by Pink Floyd. They were not even around back in the days this book was set. There's a song by The Damned where he gans, "Careful with that axe, you meanie." And I never knew if that was meant to be a reference to the Pink Floyd song, because it does seem to deliberately sound like "Careful with that axe, Eugene." I won't ruin the action for you. The story, it has been building to this big climax and this confrontation between Sandman and the murderer. Sandman, he is able to free the girls, and that is good. And even though I skipped over the actual ending, this is the finish of our first story arc, and down there is that cute little doll that Leslie owns. I reckon you should all go and read this story. It is good. And then I reckon you should all go and search my channel for all of my Sandman reviews. I actually did a playlist of them all together, and quite cleverly, the description is just that awful quote from Star Trek about not liking sand. You should go into all me hard reviews and make sure that you have liked them all, and if you have any alt accounts, sign into them and like the videos again. But if you're going to downvote them, I haven't done any Magical Mystery Sandman videos ever before. I don't know what you're talking about. What is a Sandman? I rate this comic a 7 thumbs up on malt bread.